uprooting the meta in today's video. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day, and thank you for taking the time to support the channel. My name is Hello Good Game, and I am pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering deck guide. We'll be showcasing a new Mythic Rank Standard Best of 1 deck, White and Black Orzhov Aristocrats. We have a ton of new cards to showcase, in which I'm very excited to discuss both the strategies and synergies held within this brew, giving you a deeper understanding of how to pilot the deck effectively, allowing you to rack up those Ws. As well as our Mythic Rank gameplay footage, we will be demonstrating the deck against the best players as well as decks in-game, and then wrapping up with our concluding thoughts, deck review, and channel news. If you want to help out, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Leave a like. Ta-da! You can also comment if you have anything to say about the deck, about the channel. Of course, if you want to go a little bit more in-depth, you're looking to share your own deck, you're looking for help within a deck, or you just want to, hang out with the community at a more personable level, that Discord's always open. Link for that is in the description below. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, may I recommend? Okay, so again, thank you all so much. I truly appreciate it. I hope you enjoy today's Orzhov Aristocrats deck. Let's go.
It's a new lap record.
Here we are within our deck list. Now, you'll notice a few new cards in the deck. First off, the Illicit Masquerade, the Vein Ripper, as well as Thane Streetwise Lookout. Okay, so I guess that's a good place to start, and we'll branch out from there. The deck was built around the Vein Ripper, as it performed so well in the Pro Tour this weekend. For 6 mana, a 6/5 with flying, wards sacrifice a creature, forcing your opponent to have a board state to target it. Pretty cool. And then whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This isn't a once each turn, right? So this can trigger multiple times, which we will be looking to take advantage of. Okay. We will also utilize Thane Streetwise Lookout for 3, a 2/2. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. This will allow us to get a decent amount of chip/tempo damage in on our opponents, regardless of what's really happening, unless they have token blockers themselves, which is unlikely. Okay, so the evasion through this first ability, very nice. And if an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less will trigger, it will trigger an additional time. Again, we are really focused on taking advantage of this ability, which is quite nice. So capitalizing on both of Thane's static abilities itself is a 2/2, which is pretty decent. So we can get that damage in with itself, which is quite nice, right? And then, finally, the Illicit Masquerade for 4, an enchantment with flash. When it enters a battlefield, put an imposter counter on each creature you control. And whenever a creature you control with an imposter counter on it dies, exile it. Return one other creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, which is really, really cool and winning us a lot of games, specifically in this deck as it is an Aristocrats build. At which point, we've wiped the field, or they've wiped the field, and we get to bring so many creatures back into play with the Masquerade and continue that sacrifice loop, which will be very enjoyable, I assure you. So, that's kind of what we're working with within our new cards in the deck, capitalizing within that Aristocrats archetype with Vraan, Executioner, Thane, 2 mana, 2/2. Whenever one or more creatures you control die, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life, triggering only once each turn. So first and foremost, it has to be a creature that you control, and it's only once each turn. Keep in mind, you can do this on your turn and your opponent's turn to make sure you're capitalizing on it. Then we'll have Bartolom del Presidio, pardon my pronunciation here, 2 mana, 2/1. We can sacrifice another creature or artifact, putting a +1/+1 counter on the creature. Very, very nice, because this is our instant speed sacrifice that we can repeat over and over and over, making sure that the Vein Ripper triggers multiple times. Okay? And then finally, Illicit Core Sadistic Pilgrim for 2, a 2/2 with Death Touch, and whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, gain 1 life, and whenever one or more other creatures you control dies, each opponent is going to lose 1 life, which is quite nice. And it is our 3rd damage engine, Vraan, the Pilgrim, and the Vein Ripper. Very, very nice. The Vraan and Pilgrim are being doubled through Delny, which is very, very nice. And then, you know, filling the field with the Crawling Chorus. It's a 1/1, and when it dies, you create a 1/1 Might. We have the Greedy Freebooter for 1, a 1/1, and when it dies, you scry 1 and create a treasure token. Again, keep in mind, not only will these be unblockable now, but also creating 2 Mights, creating 2 treasures, and scrying twice with Delny in play. And the Resolute Reinforcements, a 1/1 with Flash, for 2 that creates an additional 1/1 on ETB, again being doubled through Delny, creating us multiple creatures, generating very nice value through those sacrifices. And again, you know, it's not just that. It doesn't just end there. Because we have the Illicit Masquerade, we're sacrificing a Crawling Chorus to bring back from the graveyard a Vein Ripper, anyone? And then the rest of our sacrifices become that much more valuable, right? So it's really easy to accumulate these sacrifice engines for you within that Illicit Masquerade. Now, we can get creatures in the grave just by having them die in combat. We can sacrifice them, and we can also, you know, discard them with the Bitter Triumph from hand. 2 mana instant as an additional cost to cast the spell, either pay 3 life or discard a card, right? So it's really easy to toss a Ripper into your grave and then grab it back with the Masquerade. We also have the Surveil lands in deck that can toss it off the top of our library if you get lucky enough. More removal in deck, not just the Triumph, but we'll also utilize a Gix command for 5, choosing 2, putting 2+1/+1 counters on target creature. It gains a lifelink until end of turn. That's kind of crazy. Destroying each creature with power 2 or less. If we don't have our Bartolome out, we can do this to wipe the field for multiple triggers at once on the Ripper. Of course, we can have our opponent sacrifice the strongest or most powerful creature that they control, and we can also return 2 target cards from creature cards, mind you, from our graveyard to our hand, which is decent, right? Not too terrible here. And then finally, Virtue of Persistence for 7. It will bring, at the beginning of our upkeep, a target creature card from a graveyard into the battlefield under our control, whether it be our opponent's or our own, which is pretty cool. Doubling down as removal within Locthwain Scorn for 2 at sorcery as the adventure. Target creature gets -3/-3 until the end of turn, and you gain 2 life. So some removal, some life gain, not too terrible here. We also, like I said, have life gain through the Pilgrim, which is quite nice. Through the Executioner, which is nice. This is double through Delny, which is pretty decent as well. Okay. That is the deck as a whole. We'll utilize the Murex to make Mites, which we can easily sacrifice. The Backstreets, like I said, is the Surveil land, can toss something to the grave. The Forest has power 1, so its ability of dealing 2 damage to your opponent and gaining 2 life yourself is again doubled through Delny, which is quite nice. The Sanctum for consistency, the Caves for consistency, and then the Mire and Empire for additional utility lands, 4 damage, milling and grabbing a creature or planeswalker from the grave back to our hand, right? So all good stuff here within the deck, and you know, I'm just having a ton of fun accumulating a field state, allowing our opponents to be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna take advantage and remove stuff, and you know, the Illicit Masquerade's like, well, okay, yeah, but I'm gonna bring stuff back too, and you know, let's go from there. So it's a really nice way to continue generating value throughout your matches if, you know, something catastrophic is to happen. I hope you enjoyed this deck. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member. But most importantly, have an absolute magical day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon in the Discord. Going first, keeping 7 land looks pretty good, right? We've got some removal. We've got some key creatures here. Hello. Good game and good luck, of course. Happy magicking. Simic land, that's pretty interesting, right? Surge Engine. Artifacted Delphia, bruh. Should we dunk on it? Yeah, maybe. Gonna discard our Ripper. Play our Booter. Hit for 2. That's 3. 4 mana. Oh, Sentinel's great. But the Surge Engine's really good too, though, right? Okay, so potentially double treasures. We like this. And no blockage. Okay, for 3. Delaney actually really helps this deck out because it's not only the sacrifice and death triggers, but also the that unblockable effect is really, really good. They're setting pace here as well, though, right? We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got it. So we're going to do it probably next turn. Countering this? Interesting. Nice. I love this mutation card. Frustrating, but what do? Take it on the chin. Down to 10. Maybe we can just out-tempo. Tough cookie. Attacking. Do they also... No, they're going to save that mana. Hit for 6 instead of a potential 7. But now doing it later? Interesting for the block. But now they've pushed it up so it can't block. In fact, Spell Pierce on top. Well, I suppose we just smash Adelphia. And again, just try to gain tempo. If we want to remove something, it's now. We're at 14. They're down to 5. Spell Pierce is counter unless 2. We could draw a land and get around. Dodging mutation by playing now. Because mutation counters anything, right? So let's just get after it. Let's gain some life back. That's going to help us out with the tempo of the match. Up to 20. Double triggering with the Delaney on the life gain as well as the tokens that are generated. So it's like 6 life or something, right? That should be fine. They're down to 5. We know that the Spell Pierce is in hand and potentially, you know, not really worthwhile. The Vine Stalk is nice here. The Retrofitter's quite good as well, bringing out the creature. It does have 2 toughness, so it can block Delaney. We're looking at 7, 10, 13, no block. We do have death triggers. Do we want to have those trigger here? I don't think it matters. This is 2 mana, 3 life to 8. Land out. Now we can't Masquerade or a Vane Ripper because of the Pierce. But I think we can open up our attack lane. Just gonna discard it. Should be lethal. It could be a mutation. And I can only pay 2, not 3. But then they're not gaining life, so they opt for the life gain to 8. And then we're hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good game. That's pretty close. Nice match. Going first, 3 land. That's pretty great, right? And a 1, 2, 3 with removal. Wow! I mean, are you playing those on curve, though? I don't want to hear it. Well, I guess we already have a copy of you, so you can go. Surveillance actually really good in the deck. I might add more of them. Hey, thanks for the support, Scott. 21 months. Wow. You're an absolute legend. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much. Third land, let's go. Attack for 2. Removal. No. They would definitely remove this. I'm going to hold up my own removal, I think. I can't just throw it to the wolves, bro. I can't do it. Third land. Play a Gix. What does that say? 2 of them? I'm not a fan, but I'll toss the lands. Oh. Should have kept those lands. Immediately punished. Milk was a bad idea. There's 4. It is an Orzhov black and white deck. Playing mid-range control, I feel like. That's definitely not an aggro card. You son of a bee. Wow. That's ludicrous, homie. I've just discarded 4 cards. Whoa. Alright, I mean, we do hit for 3. Not terrible. Let's pretend they don't also run field wipes. No Sunfall, no Sunfall, no Sun... Well, only one white source. Could be their downfall. Like, nah. Path of Peril. A Lily with a minus, undoubtedly. It's a freeboot, or take me to Scry City. Thank you. Hopefully they don't have an edict on non-token creature. I might regret that decision. Oh, but you're not good. I would maybe keep it... I'm going to throw it because we got the treasure. Do not edict me. Ah, okay, I mean, that would have happened anyways, you know? They should have done that first, no? And then we wouldn't have got the double scry. Huh. Great. Lily gone. OP to 10. Mirrex might walk us through the rest of the match if we're lucky. Miradelphia? Miradelphia. Ooh, see? I told you. So Wandering... Oh, no, I'm not Wandering Emperor. They don't have that second... This actually might get them. Not only are they down to 7, but they're up to 7. Perfect balance. Lethal next turn. Oh, I don't have any cards to discard, my friend. Nice. And I think this is going to be lethal. Good game. One more turn, we would have had them as well. But, you know, I'll take it a turn early. Opponent going first. Our only white source in a Murex, which we'd probably want to save on turn 3. Opponent goes first. Mulligan. No removal. Playing turn 2. Playing turn 3. Nothing. We got to mulligan this. I like to see the freebooter in my opening hand. We do get it here. And honestly, after last game, do I need this third land? Sometimes I don't think I do. And I'm sure I'll get burned. Booter is a go. They're in tapped. Let's hit for 1. There's no way they remove this. Vraan in play. They might remove this. Third land off the top. Let's go. We do have removal if they're trying to just block us. Oh, a Grixis deck. Oh, Brotherhoods and Adelphia. No? Single target? Jace paying 2 life, coming in as a completed variant. 2 less loyalty, only dealing with 3. They do +1. Taking Vraan out. Well, this is just, I guess, a freebie. Goodbye. And it may not look like we're doing much on the turn, but keep in mind, they paid 2 life for that. Third land. Remember that time we threw it away? Basically laughing at the shuffler because we'll definitely get a third. Well, that's what you get. Yeah, that's also what you get. Making the treasure, though, getting the scry, so, you know, that can go. It's not a land. This isn't still. Wow, okay. Just resolute it. Ouch. Okay. You just had to mock the shuffler at the start of the game. Remember that? You're like, oh no, we can definitely do without this third land. You know what? I'll do it. I'm gonna just pay the life. Goodbye. That's a land, bro. Woo! Third land, finally. We do want Delny out prior to the Resolute Reinforcement. Don't you? Well, of course, it's a removal deck. You know, this third control build with Jace. So we can expect to probably just get choked out card by card. Try not to hand them too many 2-for-1s. Take advantage. Discarding a Niv Mizzet. You're a legend. As long as we maintain a graveyard, Virtue is of use, right? We're sitting on 4-5, 2 additional lands to that Virtue of Persistence. Don't you? We could potentially dodge cut down. Another Jace, I'd assume. Okay. Reinforcements are a go. No Delny, double trigger. Fortress is enjoyable. Let's swing for 4. Thank you. Down to 10. Sitting on 6 available mana. Looking for our 7th. Oh, that's quite good. So these are going to die regardless. We can force them to discard A more expensive card. It's too bad that we don't get to see prior to know if we want to go to 4. Maybe I'll highlight it like we can. We don't get the option to though, right? It doesn't go on the stack. It just happens. So let's keep this in mind. Oh, and a Traxadelphia. Nice. Okay, that's really good. 7th land, we take their Atraxa. I wish. That would have been cool, bro. Down to 7. Hopefully they don't immediately just replay it from the grave, which I assume they will perfectly, right? Absolutely. Get in my hand. Don't be too greedy. Don't go straight to 3. They do. They do. That's probably game. Atraxa winning another match of Magic the Gathering? No. No. I don't think so. Shouldn't have thrown the land. That Atraxa could have been yours, HGG. If you didn't throw that land away, that Atraxa could have been yours. Would they like us to concede? Is that what you're doing? Just a little bit later than we'd like. Oh, but Atali's in the grave. The plot is thickening, chat. It's too bad it's a 7, not a 6. Okay. Atali can pull us one of their Atraxas, right? Do they Amonkhet their Atali out immediately? Yes. So we don't even get the chance. They've got the play line. I see it. Play Amonkhet, attack Amonkhet, take your Atali out, laugh even harder. Oh, I like how they have the investigator, bro. Undercover operative. Attacking us, not invasion. Why? Why? What? Well, that's absolute trash. I should have taken this and grabbed a copy of their Atraxa instead. I thought we could get more value this way. No, we do not have a flyer. We should have just taken a copy of their Atraxa. Oh, it actually doesn't leave the grave. This just becomes a copy of a card in the grave. That card remains in grave. Okay, I always thought it pulled it back. Oh, and they have one in hand. That's pretty good. I pull in the gate. They pull Bitter Triumph. You're a legend, Larry! Kill the Atali so I can re-pull it. Right? Well, actually, I might still just take the operative and take the Atraxa. They're discarding. We're dead next turn anyway, still though, right? Because our Atraxa won't be able to attack. And I think that they can just, for 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, maybe not. Let's grab 1 life here, back up to 5. The ETB wouldn't trigger, though, here. Would it? I think it does, actually. Let's try it for science. It does. Because it's enter as. I think that's what we're working with, right? Not too shabby. Kill their Atraxa? Or do we kill their Atali? I think it might be the Atali we want to kill, right? It's tempting to play Vein Ripper, but I'm not sure that's the line. I think we're going to have to kill this Atraxa. They have negates, though. So maybe I just take it now. And they're only at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is not 9. I'm going to take it now. It's only 8 mana, not 9, so they can't transform it. We're good for a turn. And I'm going to risk it. I'm going to take Atraxa. Toss a land. We have some good creatures in grave for our Masquerade. Death Touch stays back to block it. Okay, they have a land. It's only the 8th. They need 9. Do you think they go in our hand? I mean, it's just a discard, so not the end of the world. They go right for another Atraxa. You dog. Looking to draw removal off of it. Understandable. What creatures do we have? Pilgrim. Bartolome. Delny. Vraan. Hopefully there's no counter magic. Multivert. Whoa. Asinine Antics? Are you kidding me? They only have 3 mana, but have they played a land this turn? Yes. Oh. Negate is pretty brutal if they take that. Maybe we should have played this prior to. Negate. Dang it! Oh, I should have played this. Maybe they tap out. They do. Interesting. So we have to discard our Ripper, which is fine. They don't have an attack. Interesting. I don't think, like, this is a crazy match. I don't know how we're even still here, bro. Goes on the whole team. A little insurance policy. They have to discard big time. They have 9 in hand. 2 have to go. Don't throw any good creatures away. I might get them. I told you not to throw any good creatures away. Take a Tolly. It's the best. I mean, the Vein Ripper's really good, but... Copy of target creature. Will it have Summoning Sickness? We just want another Conqueror to mill them, right? And then we'll keep the token, send this to grave for next turn for us. Get some death triggers. I think we'll just use this to draw. Decline. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. We still need that Vein Ripper out, though, is the problem, right? Because they're just going to wipe the whole field. And without that, I should have taken the Vein Ripper. I think that would have been lethal, actually. Let's double up that life gain. Pad our totals. I guess? I could easily just block it. Yeah, I mean, I'm pad our life total, right? Because what if they remove it and we didn't gain this life and they just let us take it? Interesting. It's going to be a lot harder to kill us this turn. Then 9 land, we can still block. I don't care if it's an 11-11 with Indestructible. I will gladly block. Oh, that's fantastic. I forgot about that. Ah, we don't have the Ripper in play. But these are all double triggers. And we get cards back. We get the Ripper back, too. We need Baltimore. Or Bartolome. And then we need something that makes tokens. Could be the Chorus. Or the Resolute. Delaney in to double them. She comes in first. Scry to the bottom. We get treasures as well. Scry to the top. Thank you for all the tokens. And now sacrifice targets. I appreciate you. What a great game you've had, opponent. But you just can't beat HGG. And so all this extra damage aside, which we're still doing on stack, fantastic. We now have an entire board state in which we can sacrifice with our bro. I can't pronounce that. Which is great. Like, look at all these creatures we get to sacrifice. Instant speed with the Vein Ripper now in play. Beautiful. Better land or just, utilize that treasure? You'll draw the land. Famous last words. Plains off the top. Another swamp. Well, it's actually not that bad because, builds us to the Ripper. Oh, this is Naya though, right? Okay, not good. I will still attack into a flash block. No? Because we have mana open, so they're nervous. But we'll still play because you can't just not use mana. Play with fire is good. Getting the Scry. Getting that Skrizzle. Okay, now this joke has gone on long enough. That was definitely supposed to be planes. Is bad. Is so bad. At least it's something, Mac. Let's get Vraan out. They'd probably dunk on it immediately. Hit for 1. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's really good. Life gain? Illegal board state. Our opponent thinks we're playing a mono black deck. I told you that was an illegal board state. Let me guess, you're playing Sunfall too? Ah, this is not great. Just playing first main phase out of frustration. Interesting strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off. 4 in hand. Hello! Play this now for double treasures. Hit for 2. They have gained so much life, it's not even funny. Do not Sunfall me. Big score. They're like, do I Sunfall now or leave it till later? I have so much life, I don't really need to do it now. But I've got 3 copies in hand, so I may as well. Yeah. I'll give them 1 more creature to take with their Sunfall. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Wandering Emperor? No? Interesting. Sometimes before Sunfall, you get to see a Planeswalker. Well, at least you got one part right. Yep. Can't even bring them back. I find a well-placed Sunfall wins most games. Specifically, if you have the life gain to, reach into those later turns without actually dying, to kind of cultivate a greater field state from your opponent for harvest. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I mean, definitely an Emperor at this point, right? Oh, there's no... Because they have to ward creature. Ew. We only would have 3, which is not going to pull our Vraan back. But this is dies. Not is exiled. I'll let him have it, because I'm most likely just going to hardcast a Virtue next turn. So if you have 2 of them in a row, I applaud you. They have the Field of Ruin on our fortress. Yep. Take a planes. Finally. Finally! Alright. And that is actually... going to activate our Illicit Masquerade this turn, which is the best of both worlds. Okay, 4 in hand. They took our land, which sucks. Secondary Sunfall, let's go. Why would they activate that as a creature, though? That wouldn't make too much sense. I'm just going for it. They can't block. I'm a little confused. So we take this, attack for 8, and we hardcast a Virtue, which they, I'm sure, get lost and, you know, whatever else to deal with it. Looking at our grave real quick. What's he got in there? Interesting. Just in case there's interaction on their end, right? Okay, I see. We do get Vraan back, which is great. They take their damage. We get another creature in. We push up our attack. Maybe we should have kept it because it's not a land and then tossed it the second time. But I just want to move closer to something. Well, that might not actually be bad. The flash is fairly good. And it's better than a land to leave there. Wandering Emperor finally. No. I guess we could have tossed it to the grave and then pulled it back. Right now we could pull back a Crawling Chorus. Sunfall? Sunfall! After all that life gain, those field wipes, I still get you? Oh, I love it. Going first, looking for maybe better land, I think. Take the mulligan. This A has better land. B has a better curve. And C potentially has removal if we throw a land. I think that should be fine. It's not like we're an 18-land deck. Finding the third within 3 turns should be no problem. I mean, one would assume. All right, here we go. Black deck. I don't know if I really want to pay life or our 2-drop. But I also like saving the Seat of the Empire. He's going to hit first. Take our damage, play our second creature. Bartle. Second swamp. Cavern Bat takes our Bitter Triumph. Not too shabby. Let's take our turn. Land out. Delaney out. Next, Swingadelphia. 3 damage. No blocks. In turn. Oh, it's a Rakdos deck. with a greedy freebooter. I think we're going to see more and more of this card played. I'll tell you what, with my time spent here today with it, I really do like it. Now, this is great. This is not bad. Bartello is gone. Now, the question is, do we want to double scry, double treasure here? I think that scry's worth it. I think the treasures are worth it. They're not going to block it. Do we just save it for later? I think taking it now is acceptable. Just for that scry. Just for the treasure. We're getting 2 treasures. That'll put us at 5. This is at 6. They have just so much removal, though. I'm going to toss it. You can stay. It's not terrible. Okay. Molten Collapse just takes it. That's fine. We get hit for 1. They're up to 16. We are down to 19. We'll just play this. That's fine. Swing for 2. 2. Oh. They just want the treasure. They want the scry. I mean, we did as well, right? So it's kind of what it's for. Phyrexian Sheoldred. Nice. Very cool. All right. Nice double trigger via Delaney. Loving that land. Should have kept our Vein Ripper, I guess, maybe. I don't know. Would have been down, but the land was on its way. No blocks, but I think I might block with this. Down to 12. We can make a might. But we really do need just some gas off the top, which I'm worried that we threw away. I didn't want to keep a useless card on the top, though. And at the time, it was. I didn't know there was a Resolute underneath to stack creatures. I didn't know that there was a land underneath to get us there. Right? And I don't think it was worth the risk with those unknowns. Down to 14, they're to 15. Exchanging places, making the might close out their turn. We'll draw to 12. Thanks, Sheoldred. Love you. Let's get in there. I mean, we may as well just block with a token and take the damage while we can get it. Shuffler knows we'll need it. And then we can maybe still block Shelly. Man, I don't know if we're going to get there here. I don't want to say it out loud, but a Gix's command for them would be, not great for us. Forge, I honestly don't mind. Thrawn's really good, though. Nice. That is very, very good. All right, let's throw out. No blocks. Down to 6, I guess. They go to 15. I can't even say it. Watch us pull a Vein Ripper and I just sacked our treasures. Why would we? Anything of value. Like one of our removal spells, maybe? We only have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not enough. Because this can be blocked by the Executioner. So we need to keep blockers. Six, seven, eight, nine. Oh man, that's like, we're close. It's just all the life gain they've been getting. Without that life gain, I think we would have been there. Should have kept Vein Ripper. We're so low in life that I think they're just going to win. Ooh, spooky, mysterious card. Of no value. Having Bartalo would have been nice. Unfortunate that it left us so early. A good match. We're competing against, you know, the best cards. Are they going to block with Vraan? That would be beautiful for me. Because it's a pretty big threat with the Forge in play, right? I think it's still going to trigger, because it's each turn. Oh. Wow, so they're confident that they're just going to get the win. Maybe they're a Dane. I heard they don't block. 3 and a tap. I mean, we can just activate this. Should we keep this in hand as a bluff? Absolutely, why wouldn't you? Highlight it a couple more times. He's counting his mana. He must have something. Right? Down to 2. Up to 4. Like, this is... And then to 6. Very close game, right? Nice. Okay. So, beat by the card we're trying to play. Good game. That's going to be lethal for them. Because this is 2 death damage now, right? So they're getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Should have kept our Vein Ripper, chat. Really close match, though, and I think a pretty decent game. Our opponent will be going first. We only have 1 land. We do get to surveil for the second. Risk it for the biscuit? The curve is so low. What could possibly go wrong? There's a treasure here as well. I'm gonna land on the top. No problemos. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna keep it. That's our second. Should be fine. Got a little wing sticking out there. Oh! In your own time, opponent. Everybody knows HGG's incredibly patient when it comes to other Magic players. Let's get that freebooter out. I like the treasure. I think it's good. You know, if it were to be removed, maybe a little bit better than just the creature. Okay. I like having these on 4. I'm gonna attack, see if they play a token or in, you know, in front of us, like a Virtue of Loyalty, right? Nothing there. All right, let's tap out with a Pilgrim. Not exposing Delny yet. Kaya, unable to minus. First they make that token, which is fine for us, right? 4th land out. We don't have the kill on Kaya. So we just take it. And then leave the spirit.
Good for you. shuffling me off my mortal coil.
I'd like to have this on 4, but we'll probably go here. And if they have another Kaya, we should dunk on this token. But should we give them the chance? Or just take it? Taking it is nice in case they do have another Kaya. However, you know, we don't have any more removals, the problem, right? So this is interesting. What's in our graveyard? Anything yet? No. We're big chillin'. Let's see if it lands. It's an important part of our turn. It does. Thanks. I wonder if they have a field wipe. Really hope they don't. Okay. Since we don't have interaction there, we do play first main phase in case there is interaction. Oh, no. Oh, no. This will trigger twice, keep in mind, chat. Its power is less than 2. Which is crazy! I wonder if they say nice here. We deserve it. We deserve a nice there. So good with the land, right? Well, this is potentially lethal. Somehow I don't think so, though. Killing the land. Right? Maybe them both. Triggers on stack. Oh, that's good, though. That's good, though.
I've learned much during my travels.
Still dealing 6, but they go to 8, down to 2.
You're done.
They do need more life gain. I mean, we're sitting on lethal. Again with the next land.
For we must protect the people.
Are we? Frickin' exile. That shuts down our deck pretty aggressively. We could make a might and get through unblocked, but it's not attacking this turn. So let's just pray that this is enough. Triggers on stack should be. We'll see. Good work, opponent. Good work, opponent. Nice stabilization. Very good. Dang. We were roasting them, though, so it's always nice to see it come back, right? Vigilance. 31 life. Okay. And we have 6, which is great. Not that we have a creature in the graveyard. And now this can attack. And we should win? They can't kill it. Right? They just straight up have life gain? What you doing, Willis? Nice life gain. Nice life gain. There's nothing to bring back here? Oh, no, 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 no. We only wanted it on Delaney. Oops. each creature. We wanted the first creature to the grave. I should have done that one phase after. I messed that up. That is a punt. That is a punt. My bad. It's okay. We'll still get it. They're down to 4. Just a beautiful, beautiful top deck here. You're a trash card. I hate you. Remember that time I timed that? Oh, okay, it's game over now. Omega Ooze. Dang it. Well, they probably had us at that first exile, let's be honest. You're so late to this show. We don't have any creatures in our grave. I hate you, temporary lockout.
First you, then your ghost.
Good game. Oh my gosh. Becky, look at that stack. It's just so big. Illicit Masquerade is proving to be a very useful card, specifically in a deck in which we can trigger that recursive ability, which is in multiple. Crazy good at instant speed with Bartolome. I like it. I really, really like it. I'm sure that this card can be put other places. I like it with something like the Blood Tithe Harvester too, but that's not instant speed. That's sorcery speed, right? Having access to that, I think, is really, really nice. And then, we can interact and disrupt our opponents nonetheless. But maybe, you use both. I don't think that would be a terrible thing either. And allowing us to convert a chorus or a freebooter or, whatever it happens to be, a Resolute Reinforcements token into one of our combo pieces of Vraan, Ellis Core, the Vein Ripper, even Delny. It's really, really good, and it's probably going to close out most games because they didn't plan for it. They don't have extra removal for it, and you should be good to go. At least that's my hope. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any, suggestions for the deck, don't hesitate. We're all, listening down below. Can you listen to comments? We're reading them down below. And, of course, we're all looking to make the best deck possible. So whether or not you have power improvements or potentially budget replacements for the deck, we'd love your feedback. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a magical day. If you'd like to share your own deck, you're looking for help within something, the community Discord is always open. And I will see you all soon in the next. Take care.